Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer is Best. I'm out here with my 1966 Chevy C10 truck that y'all, my subscribers to my YouTube channel Primer is Best, named Almond Joy. We had a name contest if you're new to the channel, and y'all named it Almond Joy. We have had rain, and rain. This is week 2 of rain. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, I've got videos where I was saying I wish it would rain, and we needed the rain. It was dry here. But this is what happens, seems like, when it comes to East Tennessee, the rain. I mean, it's been raining for 2 weeks, every day. Most of the time, all day. All night, all day. But we do have a little break. A little small break. So I thought I'd get out here because I'm tired of sitting in the house, and get in this 66 and back it up and maybe play with it for just a few minutes. Sorry, I should have told you I was slamming the door. This truck sits a little bit on an incline here in my garage. Well, I'll get it here in a minute. What in the world? See, it's been it's been a long time. Let's turn on the fuel pump, electric fuel pump, and while it gets fuel up here to the carburetor, I'm just looking around at this garage. My wife and I have been cleaning it out, and it looks so much better. And I'm trying to not, I'm a parts hoarder, and I'm trying not to think about all the parts I give away to my friends, but that's okay. That's okay. This thing's got a 350 in it from a 92 Chevy truck, and it's still 3 on the tree, you know, 3-speed on the column. They call them 3 on the tree back in the day. It's the first time it's been started in probably, well, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. But man, I can't believe how much room I have in this garage now. Let this warm up for just a second. Then I'll back it up. This truck has power steering now, and man, this thing is so easy to drive. It does not have power brakes. It's got all new brakes and everything, but the brakes work great. Honestly, they do. New heater core and all that stuff. This truck's mechanically, you know, pretty much it's brand new. New brake lines, you know, the whole 9 yards. In case I forget to tell you, it's sitting on a, when you do see the truck, when I pull it out, it's sitting on a 72 C10 truck frame. Chevy C10 truck frame. So let me pause it here, guys, and I'll back it up. Well, guys, you're not going to believe this, but you just have to know me. I backed the truck up, it started raining, so I pulled it back in, dried the truck off, and it's kind of stopped. It's just barely drizzling now. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what this video is about. Remember my buddy on YouTube, GM1038. Check out his YouTube channel. I'll try to remember to leave a link in one of his to one of his videos. And if you would like and subscribe to his channel, I'd appreciate it. My 1980, as of this video, my 1980 Chevy C10 truck is over there with the motor in the bed of the truck, transmission's in his garage, a lowering kit, and all that stuff for it. Anyway, if you want to keep up with what we're doing, GM1038, his name is Brian. Okay, so he's on YouTube. Now, Tim Dixon, the guy that does all my metal work and lots of other things. I mean, Tim and Brian are really, I mean, we're like best friends. And I mean, Tim is on Facebook. If you type in Gas Axe Chop Shop, Gas Axe Chop Shop. master welder, fabricator, motorcycle builder. He's won lots of money and went to other countries, Germany and all these other places, with his award-winning motorcycles. They invite him to show, provide his room and everything. I mean, you'd be wise to check out his Facebook page, Gas Axe Chop Shop. We've been friends for years, and so is GM 1038. We're all intertwined. So anyway, this 66. At the end of this video, I'll try to show you what the truck looked like when I first bought it, okay, or real close to that time frame. I ordered new mirrors for this thing, and the mirrors came in, but they didn't have the right screws for it. So Brian found some bolts with the same thread pattern, and put them in just so I could run my mirrors. The other side has the right bolts in it, but I don't know if they just didn't provide it or it got lost or what. I'm going to say they didn't provide it. But, you know, sometimes that happens, guys. It's just part of the frustration of when you're working on an old car or an old truck. Sometimes all the parts show up. Sometimes if it's a Friday and they got somebody doing someone else's job on that Friday, they might have forgot to put in the little bag of bolts. I don't know. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just telling you what happens sometimes. I've already put one in, and I thought, well, heck, I'll just show you what the video's about. It's putting these in. Now the other side, have to excuse this garage, but I'm telling you, if you've been watching my videos, it looks a ton better than what it did before. Lots of room in here. Lots of room now. This is what it's going to look like when I'm done, okay? The flush with the Phillips head. And Brian, the last time I was over at his garage there, GM 1038, I'm going to refer to him as Brian, okay? Like I said, if you'd like and subscribe to him, I sure would appreciate it. Help his channel to grow, and check out my buddy Tim Dixon on Facebook. Okay, I'm going to take these out. Pretty self-explanatory. You know, even I can do it, and I'm not real bright. So let me set these over here because I'm afraid they're going to roll off the hood. Let me pause this, guys. I'll get back with you. 2 down, 1 to go. Man, don't that look a lot better? I mean, I was proud to have this mirror on here. You'd be surprised how many times you use your side mirror when you're driving. But anyway, I've been going by. I went to Brian's garage and he remembered to give me these bolts, screws. So I had forgotten about it. So proud that he remembered, because I actually forgot all about it. I think I might can get that with my fingers. Yeah. Okay, guys, let me get this screwdriver. I'll get right back with you. Ta-da! I got it. I got it. Believe it or not, that looks so much better, though, doesn't it? Okay, now I'm going to go out here and see if it's raining. If not, we'll continue this video. Hang on, guys. Okay, guys, it's quit raining, at least for the moment. It's probably, the clouds are probably back up after I get started doing this video, just because I pulled this truck out here, moon pie. Now, remember, I'm going to try to show you some pictures of what this truck looked like when I first got it, okay? This truck, if you're new to the channel, it's a 66 Chevy C10 truck, and it's the first time I've ever owned one in this body style before. I've always had, you know, 55 through 59s, mostly 57s, Chevy and GMC trucks. And then I had 67 through 72s, and now I'm in the square bodies. I've had one OBS truck in my life, and I've had one 66, you know, this body style. 64, I'll say, through 66. The way I tell the difference between a 64 5 and 6, as far as I know, and I think I'm right, it's a first year for reverse lights. So if I see one with reverse lights, I think it could be a 66. You know, even though the beds will interchange. So, yeah, it's sitting on a 72 Chevy C10 truck frame. So when you're looking at it, keep that in mind. I was going to tell you a few things. I'm still learning these trucks. I'm still learning them. And I look on a marketplace a lot for, you know, 64 through 66 Chevy truck parts and this, that, and the other. And, you know, I was thinking, I'm learning this at the same time, you know, as a lot of other people that maybe just bought one or thinking about getting one this body style. It's a popular body style, I'll just tell you. But parts for these things are very expensive at the same time. So I'm just going to tell you, if you're looking at one to buy, you know, maybe you're wanting to, you know, fix one up and, you know, play with it for a while, you know, take your time, just, you know, as money, if you're like me, as money, you know, becomes available that you've, you know, scrimped for, whatever. There goes a Skeeter trying to find me. It's $350. All new brakes, like I said, you know, new radiator, battery. When you start from scratch, you start from scratch. I mean, it's basically everything's practically new. So, I was going to tell you a few things, like I said, to look for. Hang on a minute, guys. I forgot something. Okay, I was going to tell you a few places to look for on these things that I have personally experienced with this truck. Okay, like rust issues, things that might get covered up by somebody that's pretty good with Bondo or something. You know, I don't cover anything up on my stuff. I mean, if there's weld scars where Tim Dixon's welded in a piece of metal, whatever, I leave it. There's no Bondo, there's no filler, you know, nothing like that. So what you see, you know, little dents, little weld scars here, I'll leave it. Where if someone else one of these days wants to buy this truck, most of my trucks, well, yeah, I'll say most, if not all of my trucks eventually wind up at new homes. So this 66, if I was you, I mean, let's pretend like I'm looking at one of these trucks to buy, maybe, if it's good enough, if I can afford it. And that's another thing. If you're going to get one of these trucks or any other truck or a car, whatever that piques your interest, you know, kind of look around and ask other folks that might have something like, say, like this one, that maybe you could ask them, say, where's problem areas on this? Okay, I would look, you know, up in the hood, you know, behind the hood for rust. Reason I brought that up is I seen somebody, I seen a hood for sale on Marketplace, and they had cut this part out on each side, and I'm assuming it's because of rust, and they were selling the rest of the hood. So be aware of that. Just look at the hood, make sure a mousey or whatever, a rat, whatever, has not built a nest up in here, because a lot of square bodies I've had, they do have you know, rust issues, and that's because a mouse has built the nest. So look for that. This right here, on both sides, can you see those weld scars? Tim put all new metal in here. Somebody had done the best they could putting filler, body, you know, Bondo in here. And, you know, of course, I was wanting metal, so Tim welded all this in, new metal, on both sides. So when you're looking at the fenders, check that out. Same way on this side right here. See, almost the same spot, just, you know, different fender. So, let's see, what else was I going to tell? Oh, be sure to look around that's the reason I raised the hood. Look around, you know, underneath the battery tray in that area. Look at that, of course. That's about a given for any old car or truck, you know. Look at where the battery sits. Check for rust there. I mean, anything can be repaired, and if you have a welder and some metal and you're kind of talented, you might could fix it yourself and it saves some money. This one, I'm showing you imperfections. This one has a hole in it. It doesn't bother me. This truck doesn't sit out in the rain. Nothing like that. Tim Dixon, like I said, at Gas X Chop Shop, he replaced, I think he replaced this rocker and he repaired the other one. The other rocker. Somebody had put in new rockers once before, but this, you know, once again, you know, if you don't have a good seal, yeah, I've got new rubber on this one, and you know, if you don't have a good seal, and like I said, this sits in the garage all the time, well then, you know, you might have, you know, rust issues eventually right there. And Tim done some repair work here. Now this has got the rubber mat and I got it under this seal, so I can't really lift it up, but he done some rust repair on the floorboards. And I painted this as close as I could to the original color. No, it's not exact. But this truck's not going to Mecum Auction or Barrett Jackson either. It's fine, fine, fine for me. So, you know, I just kind of sprayed around and made it look... tried to make it look the best I could. Cab corners. I think he doctored a little bit on the cab corners there, which is great. Tim does a great job. You just have to go to his Facebook and check him out. Under the doors is a good place to look. I don't know if I'm showing you everything or not. These doors are good, trust me. I've been all up and under the truck. So I mean, you got a little bit of bubbling right there, which does not concern me. And of course that's a little dings. And like I said, a little hole right here. See, I was trying to think of other things that I have noticed on this particular truck. This truck, in my opinion, was kind of saved from a lot of the rust issues and stuff that other folks have with their trucks, because this truck sat in a garage a majority of its life. When I say that, I mean the guy that had this truck before me had it in his garage. He's a friend of mine, had it in his garage for 17 years. So, and the guy, like I said, my friend that had it for 17 years bought it from another guy that had it in his garage. And like I've said before in several of my videos, I think this truck, you know, started being, I'll call resurrected from, you know, maybe the 80s or maybe early 90s, when you couldn't call up and, you know, ask LMC or Chevy truck parts or whatever. You know, this guy, the first guy that started fixing this truck up, I think that, you know, he was going around junkyards and stuff and getting the best parts he could find. Because when you look at the pictures at the end of this video, you're going to see that, you know, that everything before we painted it this color, and it's rattle can painted, by the way, I done it. So if you have any complaints, I'm the guy you need to speak with. But anyway, I think he, you know, just pieced together the best truck he could find at that time. Remember, in the 80s, and this is a 66. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Just trying to imagine a fella going around junkyards before Obama crushed every car and truck at junkyards. You know, I would go to junkyards at that time, you know, in the 90s, and dang, you know, I'd make sure my car or truck was locked up, because they were destroying, you know, crushing cars and trucks that looked better than what in the heck I drove over there. And you know, I've told them that I've tried to buy vehicles at junkyards. They would pour stuff in the engines just so it would lock up, you know. And I said, "Would you sell me this?" Nope, I can't. I got to destroy it, you know. Cash for clunkers, I think that's what they called it. And so a lot of these kind of trucks like this, of course, were destroyed and mashed. So the guy that started working on this, I admire him. He done the best he could, scavenging parts. So the guy, my friend that had it for 17 years, kept it in his garage all that time. And hold on, guys. Oh, okay, guys, it was somebody driving by and seen this truck and wanted to come look at it. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, the guy that had this truck was trying to piece it together the best he could. I don't knock anybody that's trying to do the best they can to fix one up. I mean, if Bondo's all they can do, or body filler, whatever you want to call it, in your neck of the woods, why, if that's the best they can do, that's the best they can do. You know, I'm doing the best I can. Everybody is this day and time. So anyway, I was going to show you this too. Tim fixed well, if you're going to look for one of these trucks, look at the floorboard. I noticed right here, Tim fixed a spot here, and he fixed a spot there. And of course, he repaired this rocker. Okay, this is the rocker that was in it when I got the truck. He repaired it, and you can't tell he done anything. I mean, it's that good. I mean, the truck is dirty. I've had it sitting under trees and stuff, cleaning out this garage, if you've been watching my videos. But Tim done a ton of work on it, done a great job, put the exhaust on it and everything else. I mean, Tim's just a great guy. And like I said, one of my best friends. Very blessed to have him. But I'd look there first. Like I said, the cab corners, you can see a patch. I'm trying to show you where you can see there's a weld scar here. Tim fixed that. I told him don't fix every little thing. Now see, that other door had a little hole. This one's got some bubbling right here. That doesn't bother me. And like I showed you earlier right here, every time I see one of these trucks, it's usually rusted out right here. So that's something to look for. If you see one that's been patched, I mean, you know, I don't want to say this every time, but it's probably Bondo, more than likely. Not many folks want to, I mean, some do. I'm not saying everybody, but some folks would, you know, if that's all they have and they don't have a welder, I don't have a welder here at my house. So, I mean, some people do use body filler. But I'm trying to show you a few things I would look to up under here for rust issues. If you're looking for one to buy, to fix up, whatever, to fix up for, you know, I have people on my channel that talk about, you know, I'm getting this for my son, I'm getting this for my daughter, we're working on it together. Look up in here too. That goes for any truck, you know, 72, you know, 67 through 72, these, you know, look up in here, because sometimes water gets trapped in there. Or like I said, a mouse. And you're probably saying, well, Jimmy, how's a mouse get up in there? You'd be surprised. I mean, if that light's out, they can mice get in everything. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I mean, it's some of the darndest places they get into, and they die, make a nest, and urinate, you know, pee all the time. And next thing you know, you got rust. And they've moved out, going to destroy someone else's car or truck. I can't figure it. They get in your heater box. I've had a glove box. I mean, just look at the truck or car. I mean, this goes for cars too. Look for cars, you know, and trucks, you know, problematic areas. Do your homework. Ask your friends. And here's the bottom of this door. I'm not getting down all up in here, but you can see this truck is not perfect by any stretch, but man, oh man, it's come such a long way. And when you look at the pictures, you'll see that all this stuff wasn't on here. I've turned it into somewhat of like a custom. You know, I put all this, what some of my friends are calling it bling. I like a little bling here and there. This stuff wasn't on it. This is all new stuff. And man, you talk about cheap made. This stuff is cheap made. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos on these trucks. And there's a guy on there, and you can check him out yourself. His name is Gibson63. Gibson63. Now he messes around with these trucks, you know, 63s and stuff like that. And he bought some new pieces like this, trim pieces, and his done the same thing. It was on his dad's truck, and he took it off. And I think, if I remember right, he bought some used, really nice used, polished. But this stuff is just, oh my goodness, guys, it's just so thin. and it's easy to bend. And Brian was putting this trim, Brian, you know, put this trim on for me. And he put one piece on. He said, Jimmy, said, I'm just going to have to buy you some new trim. Said, every time I go to tighten it up, where to stay up close to the truck, you know, fit good. He said, it dings, you know, it pulls it in. Said, it's just made so cheap. Now, I told him, I said, Brian, please don't worry about it. But I mean, he was all upset about it, because I give a lot of money for this. But you know what, guys? It fits the truck. It's just fine. It's a patina style truck. I've done all this myself. Every bit of this patina, you know, I rattle can painted it, and it turned out really good, the rattle can paint job. And my wife, you know, she was saying, do you have to put patina on it? And I told her, I said, yeah. I said, when people come up to the truck and they see all these imperfections, this is actual imperfections in the truck, you know, little, I mean, it's a truck. Who'd have ever thought in 1966 that this truck would still be here in 2024? Not me. It's one of my sockets. I better put it in my pocket. But anyway, so I done all this, and the cab was teal. The bed, see, the bed was black. No, the bed was red, orangish red. The tailgate was black. The fender had one fender red, one fender black. The hood was red. And you know, I just painted it almond gloss, and I'll show you why. Hang on a minute, guys. Okay, that's why I painted it this color. It's not exact, but it's the closest thing I could find. Rattle can painting. My friend Brian, you know, GM 1038. My wife and I were at I know I've told y'all this before, but if you are new to the channel, my wife and I were at our local co-op store in town. We went to town looking for paint to paint this truck. I didn't know what color to paint it. I thought about red. I thought about blue and white. You know how I already had the trim on. And I was just all up in the air. I didn't know what to paint it. And when you rattle can paint around here, where we live here in East Tennessee, you better make sure you have enough cans of paint. So Brian sent me a picture of a truck just like this that he bought for his daughter. She's 4 years old, and he bought a truck for her to play with. And I think she's a daddy's girl. She likes to play in the garage with him as Brian's working on trucks. And you'll see all the trucks I've had plus more if you go to his YouTube channel, GM 1038. Anyway, we decided to go with this. Now, the only thing different on this truck as compared to mine, well, besides the wheels, of course, we got American Racing torque thrust wheels on it, as you can see. But I painted my top white. You know, just because I was trying to. I just thought it looked good. You know, that a regular truck this model would have paint, you know, white. If I was going to two-tone it, you know, be white down through here, you know, and up, you know, all up in here to be white. But I don't know, I was looking at the truck one day, and I thought, the kind of white on the trim's going this way, and I thought, why not paint the hood, the top of the roof, you know, the same color, you know, have everything kind of even flow. Because ones I seen on YouTube, which nothing wrong with this, I mean, it's just my personal opinion, but, you know, I just thought it kind of looked like it kind of stopped. You know, I don't know, you just have to. I've had a bunch of 62 Impalas before, cars, Super Sports, wagons, Bel Airs, Biscaynes. I've had a bunch of them, and you know, they all, you know, always had that little insert there. And to me, it just made it look like it was moving, even when it was sitting still. And I was trying to continue that thought process with this truck, so I just painted the top white. But that's pretty much the only difference. I mean, other than the wheels got the same mirrors, bumper guards. And, you know, pretty much the same truck. I mean, of course, this one's not patina, but see what I mean? Looks pretty good, huh? Anyway, I'm so proud Brian sent us that picture of his daughter's truck that he bought her, because it made our decision much easier. like I said, I'm in the patina style. I've done all this on purpose. You're going to think, well, Jimmy, you didn't paint too good. Well, it actually turned out pretty good. The paint job, I mean. And you can watch my earlier videos of this truck if you want to see it before I put patina on it. But I just made it look thin, like your arm would be hanging there, where your hands would be, opening up the door. If the wind is down, hey, I'm shutting the door, and you just shut it. It's a 66 model. Have your fingers going like this, going down the road, country road with your, you might have scratched the paint, Just places like this thin. Little dent. I mean, the truck's got to me, you can, my opinion, and I got to tell you, I've lost some subscribers to my channel because I done that. I put patina on this truck. I've lost subscribers because it looked pretty good. It really did, but that's just not my style. To me, if one that's perfect, that's great. If that's something you're wanting, hey, I have a perfect truck. There's not a blemish. There's not a scratch. There's not a ding on it. But this way, the way I like it, patina style, I mean, it kind of tells a story. It's thin through here. It's rubbed up against the bush. Hey, I rubbed up against something too close, maybe to a fence post or something. Just imagine if it was a farm truck or something. I'm just saying. But I mean, if you walk up on this truck or any of my other trucks, you can look at it and go, what if this used to be a farm truck or a shop truck or just some business truck, and they finally bought a new one with AC or something on it. See, same thing where the gas nozzle would be. I just, where your arm's hanging out, and I tried to put more patina on the driver's side because, of course, you got to have a driver. You don't have to have a passenger. But I tried to take all that into consideration when I do this kind of stuff, and I just go till I think it's got enough, or I'll ask my wife. Sometimes I go overboard. Now the tailgate, it gets the most abuse, and so I gave it the most abuse. This is all really for a 66 is in very good shape, but I mean the tailgate, gets the most abuse. People throw them down, throw stuff in there. Imagine this truck being 10, 12, 15 years old. Nobody was fixing them up, and you just, hey, I'm throwing that stuff in the back of the truck and I'm going camping. Hey, got my motorcycle in here, and hey, I'm going to such and such, whatever. I'm just making up stuff. But see, my wife painted the letters. She made them look stressed. And anyway, getting back to what I was talking to y'all about, that Skeeter leave me alone. Boy, they're very hungry. Maybe he left. When you buy parts for this truck, they're expensive. All this stuff is new, and it's expensive. It's very expensive. Tim Dixon at Gas X Chop Shop, I'm telling you, he done a great job on this truck, welding things. He fabricated, these bumper braces in order to accommodate this 66 front and rear bumper. If you see me do this, I'm trying to get Skeeters away from me. That's all it's done is rain here. But didn't he do a great job? I mean, I can't brag enough on Tim or Brian, either one, or Charlie or Waylon or Corey, my friends. But I think Tim done a great job. I mean, got that bumper tucked up in there. And Brian, as I've told y'all before, but if you're new to the channel, I like bumper guards. Now, some people do, some people don't. Just so happens that I do. I like bumper guards. I like to kind of bling. Remember that word, bling. So, yeah, I put these Brian put the bumper guards on. I told him, I said, I've called every place. We called out west. We called junkyards. We called everything. My wife and I did. Couldn't find them. They they make them in Taiwan. But for some reason, they weren't making them. Everybody's out there. The big truck suppliers, that sell old truck parts. Couldn't get them. Nobody had them. I mean, we called everybody. And so these are off of like I told y'all before, I believe they're off of a 55 Chevy car. Brian had these in his garage. And him and his dad conformed these to where they would fit this bumper. And I mean, man, they look good. And I like these better than the original ones. The original ones are kind of fat right up in here. These are not. They're just thin. So, well, I'm trying to see how they're kind of big right up in there. They're not here. These, trust me, these are a lot thinner, and to me they look better. So anyway, if I can help you in any way, if you're thinking about buying one of these trucks, you know, one like this, 64 through 66, my first time to have one, I'll tell you exactly what I would look for the next time if I ever get to buy another one of these. But like I said, parts are real expensive. Square bodies are much more plentiful, and to me they have more truck suppliers for that. And so you know, if I was wanting to go the cheaper route, I would probably go with the square body Chevy, you know, 73 through 87 square body trucks. And you know, you'll see a lot of them on Marketplace. These, not so much. Like I'm telling you, parts for them's high. So if you haven't bought one yet, keep that in mind, because they're quite a bit expensive. And if somebody might ask me, or I'll give you my thoughts on it. If I was going to get into the old car hobby, old trucks, if you like old trucks like my wife and I do, and my friends, I would probably get the nicest OBS truck, you know, 88 up, you know, OBS. I'd get the nicest one I could afford. I know I've told y'all this before, but get one that's got air on it, you know, heat, you know, however you like it. If you like air, fine, but I'd get the nicest one I could afford and go from there, because I think that's the next trucks that's going to go up in value. I truly do. I mean, they just made so many of them, and 5-10 years from now, you'd be going, why didn't I listen to that nut on YouTube that was trying to tell me to buy an OBS truck? The guy that just stopped to look at this truck, just looking at it, he said, did you see me going down the street? And I said, no, I didn't really. I wasn't paying attention. And he said, well, I just come back just to kind of look at your truck there a little bit. And I said, well, you know, that's great, thank you, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he said, I've been, whatever job he was doing, he said, I've been doing this 25 years, driving around in the countryside and doing this, that, and the other. And he said, you know, used to you could buy one of these for, you know, $2,500. He said, now you can't touch them. And I said, that's the way it is with everything. He said, if I could back up in time. And I said, buddy, me too. If I could back up in time, the things I would have done different in my life, I would do. Because, my goodness, things have just flipped. And now, you know, like trucks like this are popular, square bodies, OBS trucks. Get you an OBS truck if you're really, really wanting to go on a cheap. Get an OBS truck before they skyrocket into outer space as far as prices goes, if they haven't already. But anyway, just problem areas to look for. Make sure you got good doors, fenders, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have someone, you know, patch something for you, or maybe you could do it yourself if you have a welder, have the capability, you have a place to do it. That would be the way to go. But if I can help you on anything, guys, don't be afraid to ask me. And you know, if you have any questions about, you know, the motor and transmission, anything that GM Tim and his dad Charlie put in here, things they done to the truck that maybe I forgot to mention, ask them on their video, GM Tim 38. And or you can ask Tim Dixon all the things he's done for me if you're interested. His phone number is on his Facebook page. It's 423-507-2693. I thought I should know that by heart. I think that's it. His name on there is Gas Axe Chop Shop. Axe is spelled A-X-E. Y'all let me know what you think, and I want to once again give Charlie and Brian a big old shout out for putting this wood in this bed. This truck was in pretty sad shape, but it's back on the road. It's got tags and insurance on it now, and boy, I'm so blessed to have it. I truly am. My wife and I, by the way, we put Penetrol on it. If you're wondering why it looks so shiny, well, it's dirty. But it's because we put penetrol on. It's kind of like a cheap clear coat, and you can see Brian doing that on his van, Chevy van he got. So let me know what you think, guys. I thank you for watching this video. I probably maneuvered a way around trying to tell you what I thought places to look for, but I was trying to tell everything in a nutshell. So there you go. There's my thoughts on things and what I would look for. And if I can help you, like I said, let me know. Please like and subscribe to Primer is Best. That's what you're watching right now. And my name is Jimmy. Just say, hey, Jimmy, blah, 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 whatever you want to say. And in the comments, I'm also on Facebook, Primer is Best, and Instagram, Primer is Best. Let me tell you this real quick. If you have an old car or an old truck that you'd like for me to put on my YouTube channel right now, Primer is Best, send me a video, 2.5 minutes long, something like that video. Walk around your car or truck, what you're going to do to it, what you just done to it, what engine you're going to put in it, what engine's in it, whatever your circumstance, or you've just completed it, or you just found it in the woods. You know, send me a video of it, and just walk around it. Please, no foul language or music, or I can't put it on my YouTube channel. And remember, this is most important. If you don't get nothing else out of this conversation we're having right now, remember this. Turn your phone sideways. Start the video out sideways, just like this. You get a full screen. Otherwise, it's going to be about this big. Talk about your car or truck, and I like any kind of car or truck. Dodge, Ford, Plymouth, Pontiac GTOs. I still got a secret love for Pontiac GTOs. Novas, whatever you have. You know, doesn't matter what make or model is what I'm trying to say. Send me a video of what you have. I'll be happy to post it on my YouTube channel. And if it needs to be longer than 2.5 minutes, say, stop the video right where you're at, just right, like right now. Stop it. Start another video. And my wife and I will put it together and make it one continuous video. Now, you can do that as many times as you want. You can make it a 20-minute video if you want to. Just stop it about 2.5 minutes just to be on the safe side. If you send it too large a video, it won't come through. It'll just say file too large. So keep that in mind. And send me a video, what you're working on or what you're thinking about buying. You know, you can even ask people, say, what's your opinion on this Ford Falcon? Walk around it. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and you can answer the comments people ask, you know, because I don't know what size engine, unless you mention it in the video. So, yeah, send me a video. I'll be happy to put it up absolutely for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just like and subscribe to Primer is Best. And I'll let you know when I post the video up so you can watch it for yourself. Make sure you like what we done. And, you know, if you're happy with it, we sure are. You know, I enjoy seeing other people's stuff as well. And also, you can show your family and friends, co-workers, you know, your grandchildren maybe that live off in another state or the other side of the world. Be surprised how many folks live in different countries that watch my videos. You'd be surprised. You know, Mexico, Sweden, England. I have all kinds of folks that comment. Just read the comments. A lot of times they're more interesting than my videos are, for sure. So, also, if you have an old car or an old truck that you're wanting to sell, same thing. Turn your phone sideways. No music or foul language. It's called PIB's Swap and Shop. That stands for Primer is Best. PIB's Swap and Shop. The other one I just told you is PIB's Subscriber Rides. So if you got a car or truck you're wanting to sell, it doesn't cost you anything. All I'm asking for is 2 or 3 minutes of your time to walk around your vehicle. Say how much you want for it, you know, and a way somebody can contact you. Email address, your Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger, you know, some way somebody can get a hold of you. And you might be surprised, somebody might be looking exactly what you're trying to get rid of. It doesn't cost you nothing. Not a thing. Just a couple of minutes of your time. That's it. So, yeah, that's PIB Swap and Shop. Or if you have, you know, trying to sell wheels, PIB Swap and Shop. Somebody might want them in your area that you live in. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I hope I hope I helped somebody. And God bless each and every one of you guys. Truly, the Lord's been so good to me. So good to me. And hope He's good to you too. Be sure to pray for others. Do a good deed if you can. And you know, just always thank the Lord that you're alive and well. And thank Him for letting me watch this video. No, truly, I do appreciate y'all watching this stuff. Y'all let me know what you think, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Please like and subscribe. You just hit it where it says subscribe, and you're subscribed. And if you hit the little bell, looks like a little bell up there in the corner. If you hit it, every time I post a video, you'll get a notification that, you know, Jimmy's posted another video on his YouTube channel, Primer at His Best. By the way, you can send me a video. I forgot to mention this, and I'm sorry. You can send me a video of your car or truck or whatever you're trying to sell even to Primer at His Best at Comcast.net. Facebook Messenger, Primer at His Best, or Instagram Messenger, Primer at His Best. And I've got a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. Now that's me. I'm on a budget. Man on a Budget. I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. Y'all check me out. Subscribe to both. You won't miss a thing. God bless y'all. Catch y'all in the next one, guys. I'll see y'all later.